Hi, everybody. Big weather story is the ongoing track of this upper level low that's promising to give us a 2 day soak or at least a day and a half soak Friday morning, Friday night into at least the first part of Saturday. On the left is the latest. This is the GFS model. And I get it. The rain totals are hard to believe, but let's look at them. These numbers are all up from 24 hours ago, showing basically a half of an inch to an inch of rain along the coast. I always say don't get fixated when you look at rain potential totals. Don't get fixated with assigning an amount to a specific location. Look at what the range of the modeling is putting out. So again, the range at the coast is a half to about an inch of rain. This shows about a half of an inch of rain up around Seattle. And it shows about an inch of rain potentially. Kelso, Longview, down through Portland, even near Salem, 97 100s. Not as much rain as you drop southward across the state. It shows some rain in Central Oregon and a little bullseye of activity out over the Blue Mountains. All of this will be brought by this upper level low. Now, this is Friday morning's GFS model showing the upper level low here. 549 millibar. That's a cold low for this time of the year. So many of these lows this year, especially this spring, have approached the coast, but then they've never pushed inland. This one is expected to push inland, and it's the reason why the confidence is growing that we will get some decent soaking rain amounts. And more on all this coming up. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from downtown Portland on this Tuesday, approaching the noon hour now at 11:22 in the morning. So my weather video is always brought to you by the Momentous Wealth podcast from Momentous Wealth Management, a local investment financial advisor firm licensed in Oregon and Washington. I've used these people for 20 plus years. I really trust them. I think they do good work. They are a fiduciary, so they're acting on your best interest. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify to the investment topic um, podcast that they put out. Okay, let's get you going. So, I mean, have you been outdoors on this Tuesday? It's beautiful. Everybody has sunshine. Here's the satellite picture. You can see right in here. Again, this is coming up on 11:30 in the morning on this Tuesday. We've got sun along the Oregon coast, but low clouds up here in Washington. No cloudiness inland. Now, there is a little weak wave of cooler air that's going to be coming in, and models push this low cloudiness to the Oregon coast later today and this evening, and then bring a solid surge of low marine clouds into the Willamette Valley and western Washington overnight tonight into Wednesday morning that may or may not produce some light moisture. And more on that coming up in a moment as well. So today, the sunniest and the warmest of the 7 day forecast. Here's what I'm showing you mostly American GFS modeling today. So this is the kind of futurecast cloudiness coming in. This is tomorrow morning. This is the percentage of total sky cover in terms of opaque cloudiness. So there's 100% cloud cover from Olympia all the way down through Portland, all the way down into Lane County for the most part, and all the way over the coast. So for the most part, anything shaded in white, which is up through Seattle, is going to be cloudy tomorrow morning. Now, weather models show that we do have a good chance of some light moisture tomorrow morning along the coast, a 50-50 chance that those low clouds, pardon me, would drop some moisture here in the valley. After that, we probably have at least partial clearing later in the day tomorrow. Thursday looks great. And then comes Friday. So this is this upper level low. This is this afternoon. Notice this low. This is the American GFS model. Just kind of hangs out, kind of hangs out. It's actually strengthening or deepening, if you will, a little bit. And then it starts to drop inland. This is Friday morning. There's the center of the low right over Portland, Friday late afternoon. Here it is spinning into eastern Oregon and eastern Washington Saturday morning. And then here we are Saturday afternoon with the low that's weakened, but still together with an enclosed contour at 18,000 feet over Idaho, Montana, and just the corner of Oregon up into the Palouse, if you will, up into Washington. Still a cool trough Saturday afternoon. And if we play this into Sunday morning, here we are. Now, clearly the upper level low is gone Sunday. We're on the back of the trough, a northwest flow pattern. I think if we get rain Sunday, it won't be much. Sunday's kind of on the fence, either just a dry day and kind of partly cloudy after some morning cloudiness, or today that could have a lingering shower. It's really tough to pinpoint the back end of these troughs with the northwesterly flow. That they're not really consistent as to whether or not you have lingering showers or not. So Without doubt, though, you can see again, here's the low, 542. This is coming up on noon Friday, and it is definitely holding together and pushing inland. Now, this is the area of strongest positive vorticity down here in California. That's likely a little upper level disturbance, what we call a vortmax. So when I look at this, and I'm not going to show you everything I looked at, but you can make the case that the moisture fields with this upper level low are not overly impressive in terms of the depth of them. You can also make the case that the heaviest rain bullseye is where this disturbance is down in Northern California and the Southern Oregon border. And that we don't have a lot of strong, what I would say, advection of moisture here into the northern part of Oregon over Portland. What we do have, though, is some moisture and an upper level low right on top of us, which will produce instability and produce cumulus clouds and convection building. It's a little too early to tell, and it may depend on the absence or not of sun breaks. If we have a lightning or thunderstorm threat or a hail threat this weekend going into Friday overnight and Saturday, but we may because of the instability of the low right on top of us. Okay. So again, that moves out, and then we get some quiet weather to start next week. And then here we are. This is Thursday of next week. This is Thursday, June 26th. There's another weak trough dropping down. So that goes with what we talked about last time I mentioned. I saw no strong signals for 90-degree heat the rest of June. I think I said there was 1 or 2 days I was watching, maybe, but there was nothing overly strong that produced heat. So maybe that 96, 94 that Portland had earlier in the month is going to be it for hot weather for this month. We'll see. Okay, so this is the moisture map. And let me just back this up because I want to see what it shows tomorrow morning. So here is tomorrow morning. And it's showing in gray the chance of some light precip from a low cloud deck on your Wednesday. Best chance will be along the coast. Even here, it's traceable to maybe 6, 8, 100ths of an inch. This shows 1, 2, 3, 4 100ths of an inch of rain up through Portland. I think that's a 50-50 chance, meaning maybe we get some light rain, maybe we don't. And if we do, maybe it's measurable, maybe it's not. So that's tomorrow morning. But the fact that this is showing there could be some light moisture is just the model going, yeah, there's a thick depth of low cloudiness Wednesday morning, probably lingering into the afternoon hours. And then there's not much until we get into Friday morning. So here's Friday morning. Now watch the moisture pick up into the noon hour. Now we're into the afternoon. Now we're into Friday evening. So notice a couple of things with me. This is widespread moisture, all of Western Washington, and for the most part, all of Western Oregon as well. This shows just through Friday daytime, maybe a quarter of an inch of rain in Tillamook. Shows about the same in the Willamette Valley and up into Seattle. We'll see. And then I'm going to keep playing this Friday overnight into Saturday morning. This is ending Saturday at 5 p.m. So this will be accumulative through Saturday at 5 p.m. Half of an inch to 6/10 along the Oregon coast, a little bit more down south of Lincoln County. Almost 4/10 to a half of an inch of rain up around Seattle. 3/4 of an inch, Kelso, Longview, Portland. Not as much down through Eugene, but still 6100ths. Some moisture in Central Oregon, but not much. A little bit more out over the Blues. Okay. Now we're going to play this into Sunday morning. Now, what I don't like is this model keeps adding totals all the way. Let me back it up. Yeah, here's Sunday morning. We're adding totals. Doesn't really pick up anything during the day Sunday. So look at the 91 100ths over Portland. This is Sunday at 5 p.m. I'm going to back it up, back it up. Yeah, and this is Sunday morning. That would be 8 o'clock Sunday morning. So if this is correct, all of the moisture that we get develops, here we are, Friday morning into the Willamette Valley and really ends Saturday mid-morning. And so if that's the case, I'm going to stop it here because I think this is more reasonable. This shows a quarter to a half of an inch of rain up and down I-5. Really shows about the same along the coast. Shows just really light amounts potentially in Central Oregon and about a 1/10 of an inch of rain over the Blues. I think this is believable. I mean, we'll take what we can get. If we could get 3/4 of an inch as opposed to a quarter to a half, that would be fantastic. And the reason I say that, and I'm going to take you around the horn, is that keep in mind, we had a dry May. We've only had 18 100ths of an inch of rain here in Portland so far this month of June. July is knocking on the door. Our two driest months of the entire year, as you know, are July and August. Each in Portland averages about a half of an inch. But realize it's not unusual that July only produces a trace or a tenth of an inch of rain. It's not unusual that August only produces a trace or a tenth of an inch of rain. So let's say we get a half of an inch of rain this Friday, Saturday. You could make the case that statistically odds favor that being the biggest batch of rain that we may see all the way into mid-August or beyond. So let that kind of percolate and you realize that this is an important batch of moisture coming in Friday and Saturday. It would sure be great if we could get some moisture out of it. Okay, let's go around the horn. Those are current temperatures on the map. I click on them and you get the National Weather Service NOAA forecast. This shows chance of rain showers down. Remember, there wasn't as much rain down in extreme southern Oregon in the Medford area, 67 degrees. Although I had that little disturbance rotating into Northern California, which makes me think, we'll see. 67 on Saturday with some rain showers. Otherwise, right now, it looks like it's mainly dry down that direction. Central Oregon is going to see a rain chance developing Friday into Saturday and even lingering Sunday. 83, 82 today and tomorrow, and then cooler with the clouds and the rain going into the weekend if you have plans out that direction. Pilton, all dry through Friday. There's a chance of rain Saturday, Sunday. So even in East Oregon, again, we're looking for some potential measurable rainfall. Seattle, warmest day for much of the Northwest is going to be today when you look at the 7-day. This shows Seattle 74 today. Some morning precip tomorrow morning, and then there's the rain picking up Friday, Saturday, lingering chance on Sunday. And Monday, I didn't really look at that up north, but this shows a chance of showers in 74. Slight, though. Okay. Salem, hello. 80 this afternoon, same as Portland. 73 tomorrow. Morning clouds, chance of some light precip, developing sun. There's the rain on Friday, Saturday, a lingering shower chance on Sunday. Pretty much what I'm saying for Portland. North Bend, temperatures upper 50s to about 60. Some light moisture Wednesday morning. Likely rain Friday, Saturday. Let's see what Astoria does. Does it say the same thing? Light moisture Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, yeah, into Sunday. Okay. And here's the 7-day forecast, courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros, up here in Clark County, where I live, in Vancouver, off of I-5. If you live in this area, please check them out next time you need some tires. They stand behind their products. Could be great service. 80 today, and then tomorrow we have the morning clouds. Now, if we hit 70 or 71, we will need some developing sunshine in the afternoon tomorrow. And that's not a guarantee. That's a 50-50. But Thursday, Juneteenth, all dry, early clouds to sun, maybe warmer than 72. And then you've got the rain coming in Friday, and maybe Saturday struggles to hit 60 or 61. I have it at 63. Best chance of rain is developing Friday morning through Saturday noon in terms of the bulk of what we're going to get on the current timing. The timing could change. Lingering shower chance Sunday, maybe, maybe not, back up to 77 on Monday. And real quick, before I let you go, because this is interesting, here's Mount Hood, 52 up at Timberline Lodge right now. Let's see what the past temperature forecast is. 45 on Saturday. So if you look at the snow level, you come up with the conclusion that it's at least possible the Timberline Lodge develops sticking snow Friday overnight into Saturday morning at 6,000 feet. Could be right on the edge. Again, this time of the year, the snow levels are often higher because of the warmth of the air than what you think they're going to be. But if you have plans to be up at Timberline Saturday, just keep in mind there could be some sticking snow up there. All right. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. It helps me out, and you'll be notified when I post. That's your update for now.